If you're new to the channel, my name's Dino, this is my partner Adam, and our fur baby Twyla. We love travelling in our Ford Transit camper van, travelling in our Jimny and doing tent camping, and occasionally staying at an Airbnb. So if you like free camping, paid camping, camping tips and tricks, camp cooking ideas, and the good old country bakery, you've come to the right channel. So if you like what you see, press the subscribe button and come with us as we travel Australia one town at a time. Now let's get into this episode. I think I need to find myself a chair.
Come on.
I think she's totally...
Come on. Come on. You can do it.
Come on, jump over, Twyla. Thank you. Now we can start filming. On this episode, we're going to be answering all your questions you've sent in to us. Now, I'm looking forward to this. This will be the fourth time we'll be doing this.
That's right.
And we did ask you to get creative with your questions. There will be some that will probably be repeated from past times when we've done this, but that's only because we do have a lot of new subscribers, so thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't already, make sure you go down the bottom, like and subscribe. But are you ready for this, Adam? We've got a lot of questions to go through.
We do. So let's get into it. So the first question is from M-Flash Travel, and they're asking, do you have a go-to resource, for example, an app or website, for finding pet-friendly accommodation? Plus, Twyla is the cutest fur baby ever. Yes, well, that's definitely true. But the answer to the question would be, we don't really have an app per se. It's just we tend to go to Google, I guess, and just look up. When we're looking at the town or the location we're looking at staying at, we'll just generally just go to Google, look at pet friendly in the area. Also through, depending what our booking system is, the Airbnb, you can select pet-friendly accommodation through that way. So we don't really necessarily have a app
that we use
that says, pet-friendly technically. So Daniel has asked, what do we both do for a living Monday till Friday? So for myself, I work in an office. I've got an office job. Simply for me, try and make it simplified, I work in business improvement, manual updating, training guide, documentation improvement, improvement of business processes, essentially. But I do work from home most of the time. And for Dean?
I'm a scientist and I work in a lab. No, I'm joking. I manage two retail stores. So I do that Monday to Friday and then we head off on our ventures.
So Peter has asked, any idea where our 10,000 member get together or member meet and greet, where it may be held?
Now, if you don't know about our meet and greet, we've been saying that once we hit 10,000, we'd like to have one. Obviously, we can't do every single state, so we'll be doing it down in Victoria. That's obviously where we live. And we'll probably do it probably on the northern side.
Yeah, the northern side of Melbourne. That way our regional and interstate viewers or subscribers, if they wanted to, if they were planning a trip, they can come down either from South Australia or New South Wales and attend if they had that in mind.
Yeah, and it'll be just a day event where you come along and do a meet and greet, grab a photo, have a chat, have a bite, something to eat. But we'll give you more information closer to the 10,000. We've hit 9. We're over that now, and we're on our way to 10, but we'll let you know more about it very soon.
So Sally has asked us, if we have a limited spending, what would your top 3 countries be to visit, and what would your adventures be in those destinations? For me, I would choose Italy. I went there many years ago and loved it, but it was only for a short time, so I'll to go back there in Italy. And just take in all the culture, the history, the architecture, the food. So definitely that'd be something I'd like to do. America, not in the current state at the moment, we'll probably get shot. I want to go to New York. I haven't been to New York yet. It's one of those cities that I like to explore, architecturally wise, entertainment wise, culture wise, foodie wise, all of that. And then the third country for me would be, just over the pond, let's say, I guess New Zealand's not that far away, But I've heard that New Zealand's quite beautiful. I've got family who are from New Zealand as well, so it's something which I like to get there, a place I like to get to one day.
Yeah, and mine's kind of similar. So definitely Italy, because I haven't been to Italy. Adam has. We have done parts of Europe together, but I want to go back and do Italy, but properly, not just for a few weeks. I want to do it really good and proper and eat lots of their food. Also, probably just more of Europe, really. And if I get back to Mexico one day again for the third time, be awesome. But that's not going to be for a while because I've been there way too much in the last few years. So yeah, definitely Europe. Definitely Europe.
So Mick and Connie has asked us from M Flash Travel, what is the best bakery that we visited on your travels?
Oh,
it is a hard one.
There's having so many, and sometimes it's like they got one thing that really stands out that's really nice. There's one that I really liked, and I think Adam will agree with me, was the Redbeard Bakery, and they had an old oven there that they bake everything in, and I thought it was over 100 years old, and they actually let us in the episode when we filmed there. It was in
that's right. That was in Trentham, Victoria.
They let me go in there and actually film it. It was amazing, and the pies were just bang on, and their vanilla slice I don't know what it, to be honest, I've never looked at a traditional vanilla slice, but to what we imagine a vanilla slice to be, it was a little bit different. The custard was a bit more gooier, and then the pastry was kind of flat, and then it had the powder on top. Anyway, it was very messy, but it tastes fantastic. So we'll get
so
to
if we had to pick the one, we'll say the one thing.
Yeah, so we'll say that as our number one.
So Andy has asked, are you happy with your van, or are there things you would want to change? And are you thinking of upgrading in the future? And if so, would you buy a medium wheelbase or a long wheelbase? Happy with our van? Yes, it's been great for us so far.
She's an old girl now, but
she keeps going.
Yeah, she's been pretty reliable.
And we haven't missed what we haven't had either. That's the other thing, I guess, for us to keep in mind.
The layout, we find our layout is perfect for us. It just works really well. And every time we go back to look at new vans, even if we weren't thinking about purchasing them, we always go back to that same layout that we've got now, don't we?
That kind of galley, it just, for us, for our lifestyle, it works. Just ease of moving around, storage as well, under the bedding space, and ease of access to that.
And we've said in many of our episodes before, the size of our van really suits us at the moment with our short travels. So because we're doing weekends away, one night, 2 nights, and even on our 3 weeks, it hasn't been too bad. For storage and things, we have quite a bit in there anyway, so we can get away with the short wheelbase. This helps us park in town car parks, so we can park right in town rather than have to park away and walk in. So that's why we do like that smaller wheelbase, easy to drive, even though I feel like sometimes our van feels like a tank, not like the new vans. And so that's probably why we would most likely keep to the small wheelbase. But in saying that, if we were going to go full time in the future, maybe that's something we would consider. But it's not something we've thought about, but something we would probably consider.
Yeah.
Because of living in there full time, you have to have that extra bit of space, wouldn't you?
With possibly. If you're a minimalist, you may not need it.
Adam, a minimalist.
I mean, changing was, I think if it was an auto, I don't drive manual at the moment. So it is a manual, our van. It just goes and goes, but it's a manual, so I don't drive manual. So the one thing will change if we had to change vans. I would like to also, little things that make just your day-to-day living easier, and things that we keep saying we're going to do, we haven't got around to doing it yet, like just maybe installing a spice rack near the cooking space, or putting like maybe like a bar that you can hang your wet clothes or a towel in the toilet space. So those little things that they're only minute changes, but it makes just your everyday, day-to-day living a little bit more easier and comfortable.
Probably the one biggest thing Adam hasn't thought of that he would love in a new van, or even in our van we've got now, is a diesel heater. That's
Yeah,
one
that's
thing
true.
we
Yeah,
have
that's
never.
true.
We've always kind of been like, oh, do we put it in? Will we get the value out of it if we're going to get a new van in the future? So yeah, definitely a diesel heater would be great, because that's one we do winter camping, and you've seen us do that. That's one luxury we have never had. But I think that answers all the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for that one.
So Greg has asked us, my question is, if you want to leave Melbourne and go live in the country, which town would you pick to live in, and why?
I have thought about this a few times, Greg,
move.
and we're going to pack up and move. No, and it's a hard one, because as we are, like, I know you're not going to say we're old, but as we are getting older, you've got to start to think about hospitals and things like that. So if you're putting yourself out there in a real
Remote space.
you know, are you going to, you know, I've got arthritis I suffer from, and it's only going to get worse, and, you know, complications can happen from that. So are we going to be able to get to the hospital in time and things like that? So being that, and we are people that like to go out and see lots of things and do lots of things. So I think it would definitely be a bigger kind of place, like Bendigo, Ballarat, one of those kind of places.
So more
where
populated areas.
Yeah, more populated. But one place I did recently visit, and I was like, I actually could live here, was Echuca. It has all those things. It's got its hospital there. It's got plenty to do, restaurants, entertainment. But then again, you're out there in the warmer weather. It's got nicer weather up there. It's a little bit hotter, and plenty to do. So I think that if we had to choose one off the top of our heads right now, not that we've overly thought about it, but probably Echuca. I really like Echuca.
Yeah, it sounds reasonable for me too. I haven't thought of the answer. Yeah, like Dean said, I guess you got the culture around you. You're close to Melbourne. We've got family and friends in Melbourne. And I think as well, being that kind of side of Victoria, we then do have access to we're closer to the other states as well.
Yeah, New South Wales.
So Adam has asked, how did you get started travelling and camping? And want to give it a go, but it seems intimidating. Any advice?
Well, just do it. That is probably my advice to you. You just got to put yourself out of the comfort zone, and you don't need lots of money to do it. I first started back when I was younger. I had a tent, and a few of my friends would just head up to Echuca of all places, on the river. We'd set up our tent, free camp. We'd take an esky, always two, one for the beers and one for the food. I soon turned to wine, don't worry. And we would just have the best weekends away. It was great. And it got me comfortable with free camping and things like that. And then as you progress, you've seen me camp just recently in the chimney. I'm a 6-foot guy, and I could sleep in the chimney quite comfortably, and I actually really enjoyed that, and I will be doing that again, hopefully one day soon. And then obviously as time went on, Adam and I had a chance where we could afford to buy our camper van, and it was only an old camper van, but it has done its job. 4 years, it's been going really well, and we've really enjoyed our time in it. So it's a progression. I've seen a lot of people start off with tents, then move on to what are those ones with the tents and those kind of trailer? The trailer, the trailers. And then from that they go to pop-up caravans, and then from that they go on to caravans. So it's a progression, I think, and it's just whatever you feel comfortable with. Go with friends if you can, just to make yourself feel more comfortable. But
and I think with that as well, probably start in a caravan park first. That way you got the amenities right next to you, bathroom, kitchen, toilet. So you can kind of take it at your own pace. If you don't want to cook, if you're a bit unsure, there's a kitchen right there. There's always someone next door to help with the campfire, or give you advice along those lines as well.
And you can start off with the powered site.
Yeah.
And then a powered camping site, so if you take your tent, and then try going without power in the caravan park. And then from there, start into your free camping. So it's all a progression, and it's all about getting comfortable with it and making it comfortable for yourself also.
So Ozzy has asked us, are you planning any more interstate trips? Yes. We're actually going off. We're planning a few weeks off very shortly, actually. Like literally in a number of weeks' time. But we don't know where we're going to go yet. technically. We're thinking maybe New South Wales, South Australia, maybe. Yeah, along those areas at this stage.
Only 2 weeks, so we can't go anywhere too far. We don't want to waste the time in travelling. We want to film at least
a handful
of episodes in that time. So we don't want to be spending all our time driving. So yeah, it'll be interesting. If you've got any suggestions, pop them down below, and I'm sure you will. So
it'd be nice just to go from town to town or location to location within a few hours of each other. That, like Dean said, we don't be driving for 7-8 hours because we're at the moment in that respect time poor. We don't want to spend all that time driving. We want to spend a lot of our time, seeing things, checking out the area and the sites and the other location.
And that's what we did in our South Australia trip. We did a bit of a circle where we were going from one town to the next. Some were an hour apart, some were 2 hours apart. You're not driving a mile this way, the mile across that way. Miles across miles. So yeah, it's just it's better that way.
Tree has asked, have you been to every town in Victoria, and what would be your favourite adventure you've filmed? No, we haven't been to every town in Victoria yet. I think we've maybe done 1/3 of Victoria.
Yeah.
Technically, as in like town wise, we haven't done a lot of the east side of Victoria. Technically, a lot of it just been just due to distance, time. Also, pet friendly locations. We find a lot of national parks, and that does hinder where we can go with Twyla, unfortunately. But we do have, obviously, we've got a lot of Victoria to still do.
Which is good, because we need to make episodes, so.
Yeah. And second part, what's your favourite adventure that you filmed?
You really like South Australia.
I did like South Australia. Actually, I like South Australia. I liked Sapphire Coast as well. That's the New South Wales coast. But yeah, South Australia recently, enjoyed that. There's a couple of towns there that there was Burra, which was interesting for its historical aspect. The Clare Valley in the Barossa wine region was interesting, was nice. So we had perfect weather on that getaway, which made it more enjoyable. And there was a few vineyards to see in that area. So I really enjoyed those areas.
Yeah, and then I would say I really enjoyed our road trip from Cairns down. Well, I enjoyed our times in Cairns. And then we had hired the Juicy van, which had the tent on the roof. And I really enjoyed it. And I probably enjoyed it too because Adam could drive it because it was auto. So that was just a really fun trip. And it was like an adventure, and just going through these towns we'd never been to, seeing these things. The rainforest is absolutely stunning. Walking through that, the green, the aquarium we went to, which was just awesome. I loved the aquarium. The only problem is we didn't have Twyla with us. That was probably the only downfall.
But that getaway was a really short stint. We had a whirlwind of a road trip coming back from Queensland.
Yeah, we did that really quick. But it was just a fun experience and something different. We'd never done the rooftop tent camping, and it was really convenient. They had the kitchen in the back. So I just really enjoyed that trip. It was just something a little bit different.
So Al Bay has asked us, have we been to Montsalvat? They've got a spring festival on end of September with local artists, amazing food, and the artists showcasing works and crafts. No, we haven't actually been to Montsalvat. I'm not sure where it is. Do you know?
No, I've never heard of it.
But we're going to obviously miss it this year for the festival, but we could put it on our radar for next year. But we haven't been there, but thanks for the town suggestion, and we can keep it in mind. Thanks, Al Bailey. So Mark has asked us, what is the best camping spot or town that caters for dogs? I think catering for dogs, technically. I'm going to say camping spot that I can think of off the top of my head would be, so in Lakes Entrance, Victoria, there's Prime Tourist Park. The difference with this is, technically, and it actually does really cater for dogs, is that you can't be there if you're under 18. So children aren't actually allowed to be in that campground.
Child-free.
Child-free. So with that, dogs are literally catered for. They've actually turned their children's play space to a dog run. Ooh. So technically, looking at catering for dogs, I would say that camping spot, the Prime Tourist Park in Lakes Entrance, definitely caters for dogs in that respect.
Yeah, they do a really good job. They're really welcoming to anyone with their furry friends. And they've had other animals there too before, I've seen. And yeah, they just do a really good job. And it's literally, they love dogs.
So Tim has asked us, what is your favourite free campsite in Victoria and your favourite caravan park in Victoria? Do you want to answer?
Well, I think we've answered this before when we've said Mount Franklin's probably one of our favourite places to camp. When we say that, it's more
That's
of
a free one. That's
yeah,
a free location.
it's an extinct volcano. There isn't any running water or anything there. There's drop toilets, but it's just really beautiful to go there and just relax. Like, we just go there to relax. We normally film cooking episodes there, and just the pine trees going up the side of the volcano and the mist in the morning just looks absolutely stunning. It's just a beautiful place to wake up and spend time there and have a fire. So yeah,
That's a free one.
A free one. And then paid, Bright. I really like the location. I think it was a Bright Big Four. It was a long time ago we went there. You'd have to go right back in our episodes to see it. And we were staying, it's right in town. So like, we walked straight out of the park and we were right in the middle of everything. They got a beautiful spot. You can go into the water and into the stream. People were swimming. They had a water park there for kids. There was a brewery right there that we could have lunch and have beers on the lawn and then walk straight back to the caravan park. It was just a really, really good location. And if you go the right time of the year, the trees look amazing with the leaves. So
But if you're into skiing, that's kind of on the edge of the ski region too. So if you're in for winter, that kind of notion of adventure, Bright could be on your list as well.
Definitely.
So Sarah has asked us, when and how did you meet each other, and do you work at all or just travel? I wish we just travelled.
We both wish we just travelled.
Yeah, as mentioned, we do work. We've got full-time jobs at the moment. One day, the dream would be hit the road full time. Long-term goals, and we'll see how I go for that one. But how did we meet? It's a bit of a long story. Essentially, we met in a nightclub. So put it simply,
we've been at a nightclub.
But
there is a story before it where we, one of those separate, like we had met, but
like sliding door
moments. But we will put our other one or two of our older Q&As where you can watch those, and it goes into the whole long story of how we met 18 years ago. Yeah, so
time flies.
Time flies, it does fly. But yeah, basically a nightclub, got together and
old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way. No swiping left or right. And here we are, 18 years later.
So Andrew's question, all the way from Scotland. Andrew's visiting in October next month. And he's asked us, what should he do in Melbourne when visiting, apart from the GP or the Grand Prix? I think definitely check out a few theatre productions and shows. We've got some good, there's always something happening around Spring Street or in the city. There's a few theatres and stand-up comedians, comedy shows, productions that are on. So there's always something on any given night in the town or in the city. Maybe even check out Crown. There's many restaurants around that way on the Southland. South Bank. So you can definitely check out that side as well if you're staying kind of CBD area.
And head out to St Kilda as well. They've got a great market there that's on a Sunday where you can get, I think it's on a Sunday, you can get all your touristy bits and pieces. Oh, the Victoria Market. Big market. Do they still have the donut van there?
Oh, of course they do.
Yeah. So go
South Melbourne Market. There's another market you can go to. If you're a foodie, South Melbourne Market, Vic Market, you can, food-wise, on all that street food, that's all there, the food vendors and the food vans.
And definitely, if you're here long enough, make sure you do get a hire car and go out and see a couple of towns that we've visited. I'm sure there's some that you've seen in our episodes that you like. Make sure you head out there and go see them. A lot of people do hit the Great Ocean Road, but it's not the only place. There is plenty of other places you can head out from the city, and they do tours for a day, or you can, like I said, hire a car and head out and give it a go. But yeah, I think that's Answers the question well.
And safe flight from Scotland. Lady Susan Jane's question is, she's noticed that we've got the single foam mattresses in our camper van. Are they comfortable? Do you get a good night's sleep? And we've got the Twyla taking up space. That's probably the we'll just say the most.
She wakes you up a lot during the night, Twyla.
Yeah, that's
because she likes to hop under the blankets, and then she'll be on top of the blankets if she gets too hot.
That's right. The most distracting. To my sleep will be Twyla goes in and out. Like she changes her mood in that respect. So that's probably my only really reason of broken sleep. With the whole mattress, so if we do have the foam at the moment, if we were to change to a mattress, that may give us a better night's sleep. But then I think about also sitting down day in, day out. Would that be comfortable? Because you have the spring, the inner spring as well. So
yeah, so they say that with the foam mattress, because you're using it we use it as a couch, obviously to sit on during the day. It's more comfortable to sit on because you don't have the side of, if it was a mattress, the wires dig into your legs if you're sitting there long enough. So that's hence why we have the foam. And Adam's side is high density. We did buy that originally. We brought high density foam for both sides, and then we had an accident. Twyla had an accident quite a while ago, and we had to I had to get a new mattress, but they didn't have the high density, so I went a really hardy foam,
like a medium,
but it wasn't as hard. And I find both pretty good. You do need a bit of density in the foam, otherwise you'll find that overnight you will hit the bottom of what's underneath the wood underneath, and it will make a very uncomfortable sleep. But otherwise both, I've slept on both and I feel like the foam's fine.
Thanks for your question. So Kelly has asked us, how do you manage to stay in good spirits all the time? Do you ever argue? If so, how do you solve the issue when travelling together in a van or in a small space? How do we stay in good spirits all the time? I think we're mostly positive people. That's probably why.
And not to say, you're only seeing a snippet of our whole time. You're watching 45 minutes most times of a whole weekend away. So, and we're not into putting all that, all that negative stuff in there. And we don't really. We've got a thing, a long time ago when we were travelling with my brother and my sister-in-law, we soon learned that if you don't want to do something, don't do it, So if we're away and Adam doesn't want to go into something to see something, I'll just go do it myself. And it just saves on dragging someone along to something they want to do. Sometimes we just make an effort because we want to do it, but just not make a fuss about it. And we've seen a lot of people, they get so angry at each other, couples, because I don't want to go see that. Well, stay back, read a book, enjoy your time. And that's what Adam does. Adam, you literally do that, don't you, sometimes? You're like, I just want to sit and read. I'm like, no worries. And I go off and film, and I go and enjoy it, and I have a great time. He has a good time. He's relaxed. He's with Twyla. And so it's just, and it's communication. Definitely communication. It's just about talking about things. And I normally find that when we have disagreements, by the time we kind of talk it out a bit, the person, it kind of weighs out, and we go, okay, I think that person is right.
We don't really argue. We're generally pretty much the same kind of playing field in that respect. So we generally understand each other. Yeah, you mind we have our bickering at the odd occasion, and we don't want to always. I mean, not that we do argue often at all. And I think if we did, I don't necessarily think we need to show that. Yeah, it's not going to make an enjoyable viewing.
And look, and one thing we don't do, we've never really done, maybe there's been once or twice in the whole time we've been together, we don't ever swear at each other. We don't do that. And I reckon it's out of respect, and I find that our relationship's better for it, because I've seen people swearing at their partners, but we just don't do that. We just don't. And I think it's good. It's a respect thing, so.
Yeah, but thanks for your question, Kelly. Jeanette has asked us, why don't I drive the van? We have answered that already.
Why don't you, Adam?
I haven't learned manual. When I started driving, I did try manual, bunny hopped it, didn't like it, so I went to auto. That was obviously many years ago. Once we got the van, I don't know, I've seen Dean get,
I'll tell the story.
maybe more
So
so like in Sydney. So this is probably the catalyst as to why I haven't learned the manual yet, because when we're driving through Sydney, Sydney's quite hilly and the van's got some weight to it. So with the van having some weight, driving the manual, it does roll back, having that if you're on an incline. And then we've had, even through New South Wales and the mountain ranges and such, when you've got cars right behind you, and you've got that...
they're right up your butt, basically.
Yeah, and you can roll back, and if you hit... That's been my concern, because when the frustration of...
He doesn't like handbrake starts.
Yeah.
And you can see how frustrated I get when I'm doing them, because we need to do them in the van, because like Adam was saying, it's heavy and it rolls back. And even when you're doing a handbrake start, it does still roll back a tad. And if someone's very close to you, sometimes it's that hesitation that you're holding your breath, hoping that you're not going to roll back that far enough to hit them.
BMW or an Audi, like going to right up your butt.
Yeah.
So, and that's for me, that's because it's kind of, you don't know where we're always going to go on the road, so we don't know where there's going to be an incline, and I have seen those frustrations in for Dean, and I'm like, oh, well, I mean, Dean's happy to drive for the time being, so I don't really want to go through all that and rear end or front end the vehicle behind us.
But
so that's
eventually,
been my hesitation.
When we do get a new van one day, it'll be an auto.
Yes, that's a definite. So Beth has asked us, we've got a new dog from the animal shelter, and we find that she gets very car sick. Do you have any tips, or what did you do with Twyla, or have you got any tips for doggies getting sick in the car? So basic car travel advice for your dog.
Yeah, so I think we shouldn't really have Twyla in this, but she's fallen asleep on the floor in front of us. But so we started traveling with Twyla straight away. Literally, as soon as we got her, she was in the car with us. We don't know if this is why she's so comfortable in the car, because she really is. She just sleeps the whole time in the vehicle. But that seemed to have worked. And now she is such a great traveller. We're just being so lucky and blessed. The only thing I can suggest, if your dog is one that gets sick, is to get one of those covers you can put in the back, have them tied in, so that way, if there's any mess, you're not messing up your seats. You can get them at any pet shop. Kmart, I think, sell them. So you just get those seat covers, and hopefully you get lucky like us. I think it was probably more luck than anything.
Maybe. But I think some small. When we start off small, let's just go around a couple of blocks, come back, maybe the next day, build them up. Maybe do a 5-minute trip, 15-minute trip, an hour trip. That kind of notion. Maybe sit in the back with them. Depending on your seating arrangement as well. I don't know if you've got a 2-seater vehicle or, there's seats in the back. You could sit with them in the back if that's an option to keep them calm and more placid. They may be more comfortable, and then work your way up to then go to the passenger seat. We haven't got no back seats in the van, so hence why she's on my lap.
You don't really have much of a choice.
Yeah, but I think it's by work your way up bit by bit. Worst case, if they do get car sick, I believe you can get some medication to help them, like keep them more calmer. Speak to your vet on that.
So yeah, definitely speak to your veterinarian and find out through them what they suggest.
Thanks, Beth. So Carol has asked us, do you go away every weekend, or do you film enough episodes for a few weeks at one time to have time at home?
Yeah, well, we kind of do that. So
both.
Yeah, when we have our annual leave, we do bank up episodes, and then that does give us some free weekends at home to be able to go to weddings, birthdays. Actually, a few of the weddings we have been to, we've actually put on the episode, so we haven't had to use our banked up episodes. So we like to have banked up episodes, but at the moment, we're currently running with none. So we are doing week by week. So every single weekend we're going away. This weekend we've stayed home and we're filming this episode. So that's given us time to spend with our family and some friends over the weekend. But now it's what day is it? Sunday. It's Sunday before the episode comes out. And we're filming this right now to come out next Sunday. So yeah, so it's a bit of a mix. It's a bit of a balance. Sometimes it can be very stressful because I'm trying to come up with an idea of how to film an episode out of nowhere. Yeah, but we seem to get it done. And like I said, we haven't missed one week in
a
3
few
years. We haven't missed one Sunday at all. So, well, I think we're doing pretty good.
Upcoming getaway, like I said, in a few weeks' time, that'll give us opportunity to back up a handful of episodes so that we can use those.
And we'll need them for Christmas because Christmas is coming up. We're going to have
family
Christmas
events,
parties
catch-ups,
and
things to attend to.
Yeah.
And even the occasional unplanned event.
Yeah, if one of us gets sick or something and we can't film that weekend, well then, it's always good to have some backup there.
Thanks for the question, Carol. So Kim's question is, if the budget wasn't an issue, what would be your dream van at the moment? And have we considered the big lap around Australia?
Wow, leaving the best question for last. I think this is probably the most full-on question we've had, really.
If money was unlimited, I think at the stage, Emu, as you know, we have seen their vans. We love their vans.
Yeah, at this point in time, definitely Emu RV.
Space-wise, quality build-wise, what we've seen in person. We've done a test drive of their van a while back as well, and we've seen a few of their models.
If you get a chance and you go to the caravan camping shows, you just got to look through the camper vans and then head over to theirs, and you'll see the difference, the quality difference, and it's uncomparable. So, but that's where we're at the moment. Anything could change. You never know. Someone might come out with this amazing van and we might like it, but we're just got to get the money first.
and that's just a long slog, as in we're just like, saving as you do. And, as you know, vans aren't cheap. It's something which we're trying to, working towards. It takes us, obviously working full time, running a house, your day-to-day expenses.
Paying a
mortgage.
They're not cheap. Vans are not cheap. Even our first van, even though it was a lot cheaper, it still wasn't cheap.
No.
So it's not the cheapest thing. And then travelling around Australia full time, we would love to do that. We'd love to do that one day.
But maybe not so much in the big lap as in the typical circle going, clockwise or anti-clockwise.
We want to be a bit more sporadic.
And just kind of like in the one area, kind of explore that region, move to the next state. If you wanted to go back and explore more, you can. We feel that if people who do the whole clockwise or anti-clockwise route
miss a lot.
They've got normally times. They sometimes have time schedules too. Which
a lot of people, because they do the 1 year, they're really on that. They've got to get around, and they choose that road and they just go around like this. Where we want to be more, go into a state. Yeah, and so we might be, say for instance, in South Australia, 3 months, filming in all the different towns, little towns, and all the different places. And then we might come back and visit our friends and family, then head off again and do Western Australia for a few months. And that would be ideal, and that's the way we would like to do it, if we ever get the opportunity to do that. And then that leads into over the years, we've been, getting our subscribers up. We got monetized and slowly trying to build up. So when we're on the road, we can travel without having to work, because we can work on the road, but then that does take up time. And then it's the same thing. We're not getting out there to film the quality content that we want to do for you guys. So ideally, we'd like to not be working and traveling full time. So then that also leads
it would also be, in some way, if we get to that point, it'll be a form of work.
Yeah, it would be.
It's a lot of...
Well, it's a lot of work now.
It's a lot of work behind the scenes. It's a lot. It's the editing time, because the process of filming is one thing, but then you've got the editing phase. You've then got to put the video to get the episode together. You've got to proof watch it, re-edit, do your visual overlays. There's a whole back process which.
And then obviously the social media side of it. I do a lot of editing for the social media, posting. And then Adam runs our Patreon, and that's another thing. Patreon's definitely something we would love to build up, because...
Yeah, we'd love to expand on that, because Patreon it's separate to our YouTube channel technically, but it gives a little bit of money. So with Patreon, it provides our Patreon subscribers the opportunity to get behind the scenes content. We share, I run that for us, and...
Post probably about 2-3...
Yeah, a couple times a week.
A few times a week, and it's like little videos of maybe what Adam's cooking at home or where we are at the time, because when I'm posting on Facebook and Instagram, you're seeing what we have done. So you're seeing what's coming out that Sunday on our episodes. What Adam's posting is real life time of what's going on in our personal lives, what Twyla's up to, a mixture of things. Just the other night, Adam went out karaoke and he just did a post on that.
Yeah, so it's just sharing that in some way, other personal aspects of our lives, and videos, clips, things that we've it's more personal photos from our getaways, things that may necessarily not be directly shared on the channel, on the YouTube channel, but it's just another avenue of getting to know us more and sharing our lives with you as well. It's a cost of basically $10 a month, so you can go on there technically as a free person. Most of and I think people don't understand how Patreon works. You've got kind of these levels. You've got free entry level, which we do share the very random video, photos, whatever it may be on that Patreon. Then you've got a paid one, which supports us. So for a price of a coffee once per month, which is $10 a month,
it unlocks all the different videos and photos by paying the $10. But it's not about just unlocking that. It's more about the support. The supporting aspect. To be able
two levels there as well. So you have like that entry level, which you can pay $10 a month. I think we made it quite reasonable.
One coffee a month.
Yeah, and there's a second level, which I think is $15 or $20 a month. So you can pitch a little bit more if you would like to. And that, like we've said, that in turn will support us, because you've got to buy equipment. We've got a diesel, accommodation, ingredients to cook constant meals, and make new recipes too. So I mean, we don't want to be making salad sandwiches for lunches on the episodes. It's boring. People can do that. We like to make more meals that are interesting, and it's more enjoyable, and hearty food, and things that we can share, those kinds of meals that are enjoyable. But all of those aspects.
So basically everything adds up. So from our merchandise, as you've seen, and so many people have supported us buying our merchandise, it's fantastic. Patreon is another way of income to be able to go full time. And then also we've been monetized, so we do get a little bit of money from YouTube. So all these things combined, as soon as it hits a certain level, we'll be able to hit the road full time. And that's what we hopefully one day will do. And you'll be the first ones to know about it, especially if you're on Patreon, because that'll be posted about it. So guys, hope that answers your question, Kim. And we waffled on a bit, but I think it was good that we got to explain a bit of Patreon, because I know there's a lot of people probably thinking, what is Patreon? Every week we see it at the bottom. What is it? So that's what it is. It's another thing, very similar to Facebook, but basically you're paying for the privilege.
Yeah, so those who are free, they can actually technically upgrade their Patreon membership to a paid, which will then unlock that content. We've got a couple hundred items or articles that are already on there as well. So
you can go back and check all them out once you unlock it.
If you do upgrade to that next level, like $10 a month, $2.50 a week, basically, you can then unlock all that content and ongoing as well.
Well, thank you guys for all your questions. We've enjoyed them, and you did a great job. Changed it up a bit from the last time as we've done this.
Thanks for sending those questions through.
And yes, we are getting closer to 10,000 subscribers. If you haven't done it, go down the bottom, like and subscribe. And if you don't know how to do it, not sure, ask a friend or a family member. They might be able to show you how to do it. And as soon as we hit that 10, we will be having our meet and greet. And stay tuned, we will tell you how that's all going to run, where it's going to be, and how we're going to organise it. There's a bit of planning to go into it. We're starting to do that slowly, but you will hear more about that in the near future. And like we're just saying, remember we do have our merch. If you want to check that out, you can go to the QR code, or just simply look up King Dino's Adventures merchandise in Google, and it'll take you straight to the page, and you can order your stuff there.
And before I don't forget, it has come to mind, the cookbook. Is this something which we have spoken about a very long time ago? Unfortunately, just due to logistics, I haven't had time. It's something that I wanted to create. It's something I haven't had time to do. It just amongst day-to-day living, work life, traveling, editing.
Yeah, it's something we'd like to do in the future.
It's something which, I thought when we had the initial idea, the idea was great. It still is a great idea, but it's something which I haven't really had time to invest in yet, because there's a lot of pre-planning. There's a lot involved, as in we've got to get the recipes done, we've got to proofread it, we've got to get all the photos done. It's a lot of work, and it's something we haven't had any time to do yet. So that's something which, right now, that idea's been put on hold and paused. We may do in the future, but I just wanted to mention that because I do know that people were, looking forward to getting a cookbook.
Oh, you never know. One day if we go full time, you got no excuse.
Well, that's the thing. There's more time available, so it's just kind of a weighing up. Where can we put our time and resources to at the moment? That's a bit more priority. So we have, for the time being, just benched that cookbook idea for the time being. Just want to let you know.
Yeah. So thank you so much again for all your support. We look forward to sharing the rest of our episodes this year with you. Obviously, we'll do a wrap up at the end of the year where we'll sit down and have a chat to you about how our year went and what will be in store for next year. But thank you again, guys. Remember, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. And until next Sunday at 5 p.m, we'll see you then.
Thanks for your support.
See you guys.